So it's happened. For the first time since I transitioned, I got hit with transphobia. Not from some random asshole on the internet, not a keyboard warrior, but in person, face to face. And it didn't happen like some asshole at work or um, a random cashier in a grocery store or some jerk on the street. No, this was in a place I thought was safe, a place I felt safe, um, a third place, the kind of space where you might grab a cup of coffee or play cards, some place where you just kind of waste time, where you just exist. So let's talk about it. My first time and why third places matter more than people think. I've been around a long time. I've been here on the internet, a citizen of the World Wide Web, for a long time. I've been a content creator on YouTube for nearly 2 decades. You guys know me. You know me. And I mean, at this point in my life, you know that I'm not a social butterfly. I'm not flitting around from one social engagement to the next. I'm a mom. I'm a dad. Um, I work. I run a household. And I have, on average, one evening a week that I get to myself. That little bit of time that I carve out for me to do something, to let loose a little bit, to get out of the house. And even that much, it's something that I have to make happen. It doesn't just I have to make that happen. There I am, karaoke night, having a good time. I am surrounded by people that I see every Wednesday night. We laugh, we sing, usually badly. We have a drink or two, and sometimes we commiserate. I requested a group song. Um, it's something we do all the time. Karaoke night's fun when everybody is really singing at the same time when we're all getting into it. People usually will ask for Piano Man or Def Leppard, Pour Some Sugar on Me is a popular one. Tiny Dancer is another one. But this time I requested Poison. Nothing but a good time. Um, and it was time. The DJ was handing out mics, and I grabbed mine. I'm ready to sing. And there's a fairly new guy at the bar. Um, Not someone that I'm really familiar with. I've seen him a couple of times. But he looks at me and he just says, "You're my backup singer?" Laugh. And I'm like, "No, no, man. I'm singing." And he says, "Fuck that." And frantically tries to hand his mic to somebody else. He's walking all over the place trying to offload his mic. And he's glaring at me with anger and disgust. And suddenly I felt enormous, like I was taking up all of the space in the bar. My transness, my differences were inescapable. Like there was a flashing light over me, just daring everybody to look. Look at the freak in the club, you know? Swallowed, and I shot right back at him. "You have a problem with me?" And he says, "No, brother, I ain't got no problem." Brother.
It's a trap!
He didn't mean brother. He meant freak. He meant, I see you, and I want to break you. And it worked. He got under my skin. My face was burning hot. My hands shook. The mic suddenly weighed like 100 pounds. And the noise of the bar just kind of blurred into a static. It's like the whole room was just waiting to see what I would do or what was going to happen. And the worst part was I knew what he was doing. I knew exactly what he was doing. And I still couldn't stop I couldn't stop it from working. So I didn't know what to do. I felt the tears under the surface starting to bubble up. And I saw regulars just watching, silent, but like alert. One woman that I've seen there many times since I've been going since March. I've been, you know, frequenting this place every Wednesday night since March, and so she's there quite a bit. And she leaned over and she asked if I was okay. That just made the urge to cry even worse. And I whispered, I couldn't talk about it. I was afraid that if I said anything, that was it. The dam would break and I would just let go. And then I heard him again, and he kept at it. Hey, brother, you want to talk? I'll buy you a drink. Come on, brother. And then I could feel the vibe, the tension, everything in the room just like shift. And one by one, people stood up. The bartender, who's a woman she's there every Wednesday, and I've gotten to know, she reserves a seat for me at the bar every Wednesday night. And when I walk in, there's a little sign, and it says "Reserved for Raven." Um, well, she said to me, "Hey, man, let's go outside," and they went. A couple of guys followed, and as they're going outside, I can hear them shouting, ugly shouting, loud, cutting the air in half, shouting about my body, about what I had in my pants, or what he assumed might have been in my pants. And that was it. That was when the dam broke. I dropped the mic and I pushed through the little bit of a crowd that was there, and I ran to the ladies' room and grabbed a fistful of paper towels, and I cried. And I cried more about that I was upset with myself, that I hated myself for letting him rent space in my head, for letting him get under my skin, and for letting it happen in my third place. And I mean, so for those of you who don't know, third place is anywhere that's not home, which is your first place, or work, which is your second place. But a third place, it's a bar, coffee shop. Go to hang out at Dunkin' Donuts or a tea room or library, park, that kind of thing. It's where you spend time. It's it's where people connect. It's where community lives. And for me, as corny as it is, it's karaoke night on Wednesday nights. And it's that one night where I can just clock out of everything and not worry about diapers and sippy cups and cooking dinner. And I can just let all that go and spend a few hours just existing. And that's why these kinds of places, that's why third places, that's why they matter. They're not just where we spend time. They're where we belong, where we find belonging. They are where we should feel safe. But that night, mine cracked. It was violated. It was tainted. They finally got him to leave, to agree to leave that day he was leaving. And on his way out, he shouted that he'd be back, armed. And that hurt. That my sense of belonging and community and safety was violated. The whole bar though shifted into action. Men, the men in the bar, guys that I've been singing alongside and having drinks with and talking to since March, started to take turns guarding the doors, keeping watch on the outside of the bar. A lot of the women that were there that I drink with and joke with and spend time with singing with, um, they kind of gathered around me, hugged me, reassured me. And when it was time to go, my friend Al, many of you who have been longtime viewers will remember Al. Um, Al walked me to my car to make sure I was safe. And that's what a third place can be. Like that, even in the middle of the chaos and the ugliness and the hatred that one person brought into the space, upsetting the space for everybody. That in the middle of all of that, people stand up, they pull together, and they refuse to let hate win. And I suppose, like nowadays, that's the challenge for all of us. But in these trying times, in these days of ugliness, of division and hatred that we are being bombarded with every day, all day, that's the challenge, is to make a difference where we can. One of the guys at the bar, is there pretty much every Wednesday also. Somebody I've actually come to admire for overcoming his own obstacles. He said, "No, don't feel bad. Don't blame yourself." He said, "You belong here." He doesn't. That stuck with me. That these people, who I only see one night a week, and I only see them there, at that place where we share nothing more than a drink or two, some terrible singing, cheesy 80s songs, and well, that cemented for me that I chose my third place well. I belong. They're my community. Be that community for someone else every chance you get. That first cut, it was deep. I was shook. And it won't be the last time. And it won't break me. Because the truth is, these third places, they're not just coffee shops and bars or karaoke night. That's where we learn to breathe together. So if you have a third place, protect it, guard it. If you run one, make sure it's safe. If you see somebody pulling the shit that this guy tried to pull with me, be louder than them. Because that kind of community, that belonging, it's not a luxury, it's survival.